fine. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. We putting live from the winner side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me.
Okay, Coach, thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 8, read, 80 weapon, ready, check, ready.
The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Hey, echo.
Second and 1. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield. Going out of bounds.
16 yards. And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go. Goodbye.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 52.
Looking to throw on second down. Malone. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Malone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. They'll run. This is Kamara, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Throwing on third and long. Malone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready. 58, Mike. Check. Watch quick. Watch the 61. Matchbox white. Get it.
On first and 10, here's Manning. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. At defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. When you practice these situations, it's called...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 33 and a first.
33 yards on the play. And the Colts first down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Down. 50. Plant. Leo. Rush in. Ready.
On second down, here's Penny. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, Jack.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, that was big right there, because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Manning now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Throwing again. Manning. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down.
At the 18-yard line.
Let's go. 70. Indy. 58
right there. Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, high 7.
Watch the slant.
Second and 5. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fouled out. That's a big gain. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1.
Colts, nothing.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Off play action. Malone. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to throw. Malone. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that. Off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
60 outlaw. Go.
On third and long. It's Manning. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing to start the drive. Malone, he's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 52 yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Operating from the gun. Malone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Throwing again on second and 10. Malone, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset. Draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Manning now to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Just make these babies cry all the way, man. 36.
To throw again. Manning. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Hey, stand up. Hey, box truck, box truck.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. He's got his man Sharp complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Ready? 60 or 54. Right, 54. Man, I got you. Man.
Manning to throw once more. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter out of his hands.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but still back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
They begin on the ground with Camara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. Second down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Malone. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
I got you.
From the gun, Malone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. That's complete to Sharp. Still churning. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. This way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
And the Colts first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Manning. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Deion Kane. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Malone, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 11. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Off play action. Malone. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
Look at me. Door.
So after the INT, it's Manning. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Manning, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Looking to throw. Malone out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on football.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return will cost him about a dozen yards or so, but his guys do indeed get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Shotgun now for Manning. Throw left side complete to Show. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. On 1st down, Manning. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33.
Check 3, check 3.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Slam. 44.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. There's that man again. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready? 10-2 stop. Shake. Wahoo.
Again, it's Manning. Letting one go deep for the end. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Jonnu Smith, touchdown, Indianapolis. Dustin Hopkins on 40 extra points.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Hopkins with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Malone, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Don't get nervous. Come.
Looking to throw. Malone. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. On 4th down, Malone. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Ready, set.
58 to Mike.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Throwing on 1st down is Manning. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself...
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on third and long. Manning. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Another 3 and out.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Team 6. Get it.
Manning indeed going for it on 4. He's going to loft one. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Malone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Malone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Ready, break. 458 to the mic. I got you.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Kane. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Manning. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, D. Here I go.
To throw again. Malone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Go ahead, take a seat. Hey, Orbit. 55.
On 4th down, Malone. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Defense, let's go.
Get it.
Penny, a first down carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Nice 57's right. Ready, go. Now.
From the 16, Manning. Finds the open target, Arnold. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, 5-7. I'm going to run you over. Let's go.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Manning to throw for it on 4th. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. Man is caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Denver. 55 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Malone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
Let's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Manning going to throw here. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Go, 50, plant.
Hey, let's get this. Hatchet.
Fair.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Jim.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
They'll go for it. It's Manning trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Working from the gun, Manning. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's
Go out.
Joker. Check.
Under 10. 10. Yep.
Motion. Go, Mike 50. Let's go.
Manning looking to throw it. Going up top. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, Malone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. It's caught. Smith. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Indianapolis, it's a second win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.